Hi, everybody. Happy New Week. I hope everybody had a fantastic weekend. You had enough time to rest and you're ready for the new week. So, today I want to talk about two types of rejection. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because over the weekend, when I was doing reflection, personal reflection, I realized that there was something that was trying to pull me back, which I'm going to address today. So I know we are all familiar with social rejection, and this is it's the rejection from your peers, rejection from your family. It can even be romantic rejection. They all fall in the category of social rejection, and I know it can be very painful when we experience social rejection. And when we look at these types of rejection, when we critically analyze them, there is little to nothing that we can do to influence the outcome. There's little to nothing that we can do to, influence how these people are going to treat us. Now, this week, I want us to shift the focus from social rejection to self-rejection. Yes, we all know what self rejection is. If you're not familiar with self rejection is that type of rejection that it is you against you. It is a type of rejection that leads to self sabotage, a type of rejection that leads us to having negative thoughts, it leads us to having negative beliefs that ultimately influence our behavior, ultimately influence what we do. It influences our actions in our everyday lives. So this is a type of rejection that also leads us to loneliness. It leads us to feeling of shame. It leads us to feelings of, it can even lead us to disconnection from other people and so many negative things that it can do to us. While it is something that we try not to address, I would encourage you this week to have a minute with yourself and ask yourself, am I feeling this way because I'm going through self-rejection? And there's some few questions that I would like you to use as you're doing this reflection. And number one is, do I frequently compare myself to others? Or do I feel inferior or inadequate to others? Do you constantly have that feeling of comparison? Also, and so is not good, is better than me. I can never be as good as XYZ. Number two is, do I avoid taking risks, trying new things because I'm afraid of failure or rejection? Are you scared of taking that step out of your comfort zone? Number three, do I tend to focus on my weaknesses and shortcomings rather than on my accomplishments and strengths? Are you the type of person who is always focused on the negative bit of every situation and forgetting to praise yourself, to tell yourself, hey, Jane, you did a good job? And then number four, do I struggle to accept compliments and positive feedbacks from others? And this one is very particular and personal to me because back in, let's say, like 2 3 years ago, I used to do a lot of, when I get positive feedback, I used to feel like, no, that person is not right, that no, that cannot be me. So do you find yourself you struggle to accept these positive compliments from other people? Because there are those people who have accepted us, there are those people who see the good in us, but we don't want to see the good in ourselves. Number five, do I feel like I'm never enough no matter how hard I try? Do you constantly tell yourself, I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough? And then number six, do I find it challenging to forgive myself for past mistakes or failures? Again, this is another one that I came to realize I was struggling with before I started working with a coach. I used to find myself that I was stuck in the past. I was stuck in what did not go well, and I constantly blamed myself, and that led me to forming the belief that I am not good enough, I cannot do X, Y, Z. So these are some of the few questions you can use to do that reflection and find out: are you self-sabotaging yourself? Are you making yourself feel inferior? Are you making yourself have these negative thoughts? Are you making yourself not glow? Are you making yourself not you know, feel good about yourself? So when we do this reflection, I know the answers might not be what you want, but it is a good way for you to start taking care of yourself. As I always say, it all starts with our mindsets. And once we have a clear shift of the mindset, when we move from this self-rejection to self-acceptance, then we start seeing things changing our way. When we accept ourselves, other people will start accepting us. When I'm constantly telling my friends, you know what, I'm not good enough, that is the thing that I'm printing in my friend's mind. So my friend will always say, Jane is not good enough. But if I'm constantly telling my friend, hey, I'm good enough. I know I can do this. So I am transferring those positive vibes from myself because I have accepted myself to my friends, and my friends eventually I can influence how they are looking at me in that romantic relationship. When you constantly talk negative about yourself, that is the message that you are conveying to the other person, and this other person will start believing in what you're telling them, and again you start feeling like they are rejecting you. And this goes on and on and on in all the social rejection. So remember that it starts with you accepting yourself. It starts with you shifting the mindset. It starts with you starting to accept yourself, learning from your past, and then other people will start accepting you. They will start seeing you for you because you have put your ground down. You've stopped going for the easy way out, and you have gone for the way that you feel like, yes, I accept my mistake, I accept my flaws, I am good enough, I am me, and I can become better. I can be the better than the Jane of yesterday. So I wish everyone a fantastic week ahead. Make sure to take time, at least 5-10 minutes a day. Go through at least one question, ask yourself that question, and then see what answers you come up with. Remember, there's no bad answer and there's no good answer. Have a fantastic day ahead.